Alright, now we're gonna do some good old Wolverine gameplay. So I found this. Let's click here. This is a guy played Wolverine. Let's check it out for funsies. Alright, Spider Islands. One of the more popular maps for sure. Alright, so no Wolverine. Alright, why don't I see when he starts?
You owe me one.
Wolverine. Okay, there he is. Good thing he came early. So let's try to find as soon as he turns. Okay, there's the Wolverine. Switch quick. Alright, so why don't I just... Oh, he switched right away. Alright, cool. So the good news is that he's probably going to play Wolverine the whole game. At the end, he was still... Alright, so look, this is something I've been learning about Wolverine is you gotta flank. He's not a stand in front of the tank, slash them tank guy. You gotta be behind people and bring them to your team. That's really what it is. And there, good kill, right? You don't want to be frontline brawling with Wolverine unless things are like this where you start to have an advantage. Yeah, you can start playing it like that. But typically, when games are neutral, stalemated, you gotta go from behind. As you can see, that's what he's doing here, right? You gotta be sneaky. You gotta sneak, get the grab, get your cooldowns back. You know, he's not a active character. You see, this is not active. And you know, for me personally, I would give you this advice. The dash to pounce is so random. You don't even know if you're gonna hit it. Right? It's so hard to land it. My advice when it comes to trying to land the pounce is slash and then pounce. Like this. Yeah, as you can see, he is brawling. I'm not saying never brawl, but this is a brawly scenario where everyone's right in front of each other. And somehow they were bad. I would have ulted here, I think. Unless they have ult, I don't know. Yeah, it's okay to brawl when things are in the chaotic scenario. I'm not saying never brawl. But typically, you really want to, like, when it's like stalematy, your job as Wolverine is to go behind, push them through like this. I don't even know what the heck happened there, but yeah. Boom. Yeah, see, one mistake I make sometimes is I just go up there and start slashing. You're not gonna get away with that, especially against good teams. Maybe against the stupid teams, but you have to be sneaky. Wolverine is a sneaky. Okay, let's see what we're doing. Okay, and that was good, but notice it's because. Alright, let's analyze what happened. I guess they wanted to play off the straight. He knew his voice. You can do it, right? You can. I'm not saying, but notice he grabbed him. You always want to be trying to grab person to your team. That's your main gameplay loop. You know, now you can start slashing around because you have control. So it is. I don't know if they get another revive. Whatever. But you can see the danger of doing it, right? As you can see, when you're on the front line doing your slashies, remember you're still a 300 HP character, and that's the play, right? Like I said, the grab brings to your team. Boom. That ends the game then. That's very powerful. You take down one tank, people say it's valuable to take down a hero. I think taking down a tank is very valuable too. Right? Because you can't play through it really. You can play without one healer sometimes, but without one tank, it just feels like your whole team breaks down. You know, here I say get out, right? What, you know, for any Wolverine players out there, actually that's working. That's pretty good. But typically, you gotta know when you run out of your cooldowns, just go home. And you can brawl here because, you know what, everyone's dead. But if you're not getting healed, you do want to think about coming back. Very good stuff, right? You know, landed almost every dash. Boom, very active.
They hit a checkpoint.
But notice it always
Now
starts with
might
the
be a
flank.
good time to stop
Sneaky
them.
Wolverine. You don't want to play him on the front lines for the most part, right? Unless there's a situation where maybe there are less people on their team, or maybe they're starting to press you too high. But typically, he's a sneaky character. He's a flanky guy. But your target is the tanks. So think of him as a diver, except you're diving the tanks.
Needed a little boost. Thanks.
Alright, and so he's analyzing. You know, you gotta use your eyes. You know where your team is, know where their team is. Very important. Something I learned recently, right? Is you gotta know what your team is doing. You can't just go in there. See, this is where I don't like to play him in these situations where you're just kind of slashing about in the front line. You don't really do much. It's dangerous. So you wanna be flanking. When nothing is happening, you kind of have to always be flanking with them. When things are, you know, unless it's already a brawl. That's a crazy grab, obviously. Like, that's just very skillful. Let's look at it again. So notice, once you initiate the leap, you can still chase. So know that the leap is not something that ends, you know, after 1 second. It's like you're still leaping. You're still capable of grabbing mid-leap, so which he just did. All right, so once again, you see him side angle, right? Looking for the flank. She gets him, but it doesn't matter. He still has all his cooldowns. Wow, that is just hard to land. I'll tell you that much. So let's analyze how he does it. He leaps. Chases. I mean, it's not easy. That is very powerful. And wow, what an ult. Yeah, he's taking over the game. You know, Wolverine, a lot of people talk about how he's not as good anymore. He's not. But in the right hands against the right... I mean, I don't know who plays Groot into Wolverine. This guy still played Groot. That was kind of bad. Like, he stayed as Groot. If I'm a Groot player and a Wolverine player, don't play Groot into Wolverine. You're gonna lose. See, once again, the flank, right? You got a flank. I think they know he's here. That's actually so impressive, because you know it's not easy to land these. It's very hard. Very hard to land these. But one of the keys is a hit marker, right? If you get a hit marker, you're more likely to be able to land this. So notice, let's check. He does hit her, I think. And then he gets the grab. Wow. And that's a free kill there. That's just high level talent.
Extra sharp.
Now he's waiting for his cooldown, and he's got it back. In theory, he should be getting to the left side. Which he does, good. And now he's gonna pick out a target. Typically the tank, this guy's good with the grabs. He might not have the best. I'm assuming he came back because he said the strange thing he's gonna ult. And now we can do Wolverine stuff. Good stuff. Let's analyze this from here. It looks like the blue team will die here. I don't know. So like holding down that flank spot. Going for a big grab. Doesn't get it.
Armed and dangerous.
You know what? Let's just whatever. Let's just go to defense.
Let me help.
Alright, so he starts off as Winter Soldier. I believe he will switch. He will eventually switch, because at the end it showed him still playing Magneto.
Much better.
Magneto. Still not Wolverine. Wolverine. No Wolverine. Maybe here? Ah, okay. Oh, that guy played Wolverine. Let's analyze the other guy's Wolverine. He probably said, you know what, you want a Wolverine? No Wolverine. Alright, let's see his Wolverine. You know, let's see what the other Wolverines are doing. They're obviously both very good. These are one above all teams.
3. You needed some help.
Right? Let's see the other guy's Wolverine.
The Wolverine
Okay,
don't
there
go
it is.
down that
There's
easy.
a new Goku skin, or whatever that is. It's like Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I guess. Alright. So this guy's gonna...
Pleasure in striking you down.
Well, nothing much to do here.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up
Let's
the
analyze what he's trying to set up here. I don't like his style. Well, actually, that was pretty good. I don't know if that was intentional. But it's like I said, right? You want to be sneaky. Guy did not sneak. I don't think he was really sneaky, but it's still pretty good. You know, it just seems like that's how I used to play Wolverine, where I would just go crazy. You kind of want to be sneaky, unless things are already in a circle where you can kind of... Well, that's a good play. That was a good sneak play. You know, that is a sneak. So he goes in, boom, and then bang. That is just instant kill, right? Very powerful. Very effective. Over here, I would personally just not go into it. I mean, they do have the cloak and dagger also, so never mind. Okay, you know that's not a good... I think you gotta save that. I think he's just too, like... I mean, it's a big game. Probably, like, trying to just react. You know, that's kind of... Whenever I'm not playing well with Wolverine, that's when I'm trying to do too much. That's why you gotta calm down and
I've healed from 100
because he's a character that you get too crazy sometimes. You're just like, I mean, you need to like kind of relax and like sneak. This is good. But you know, I don't like the front line. You know what I mean? The waste, the cooldown. You want to go from a place where they can't see you. He's going from a forward angle, and you know, you're just not gonna be able to push through that. He's just not. Takes too much damage. He's not a tank. He's a 300 HP character. Over here, I would push. Who's up? That's your ult. You need to be aggressive. Alright, good. I don't like this. Like I said, right? You gotta sneak. You gotta get the grabs. They have 3 tanks. They have 3 tanks. This is your moment for you. See, this is what like I said, don't frontline brawl with him. Right? It doesn't work. This guy's obviously Costco is obviously better than me at this game. But you know, as you can see, it doesn't work. You gotta get the grabs, you know? The other guy was hitting his grabs. That's the most important thing about it. But you know, it's tough to land these. Because as you can see here, he hit the hit marker, still didn't get the grab. It's the most annoying thing in the world. Basically, the only way you're going to hit the grab consistently is by hitting, slashing them twice, and then like kind of grabbing them. That's like the way I do it. But it's slow. The dash and grab is amazing. It lands, but it doesn't land all the time. Yeah, you see it once again, right? The frontline Wolverine, it just doesn't work. It's not what he does. He's a grab people, and if you know, if there's less of a crowd, right? If there's like 4 enemies left, you can start to smash from the front line. But in the end, they win the game. That's what
final
matters.
score. 3.
The Wolverine
2.
played a major role in that.